Hey, good morning, Crest Hill. It's your principal, Mr. Rundle, and today is Friday, the 25th of September. Oh my goodness, has this been the most beautiful September ever? To be honest with you, it's a little bit too warm for my taste. I kind of like a crisp September, a crisp slide into the fall, but hey, I'm not going to complain. Mostly I'm not going to complain about anything because I get to be in school with you guys. So happy Friday, happy end of September, and let's slide on into October together. Thinking about Fridays makes me think about your in-home learning days, makes me think about reminding you about taking attendance. For the most part, we're getting good at it, guys. I'm really impressed. It takes a few reminders, but we're really starting to get there. So thank you for that. On those days that you are at home learning, you need to check in before 10 o'clock, because if you do it after 10, you're locked out. It won't let you. So you need to attend to that first thing in the morning. And of course, it's pretty simple. You've seen the directions, check it off, be done with it, and then move on to more important things. Here is a perfect idea for what you should put in your planner, because if you simply write in your planner, I know that you're writing everything, every day, every class down in your planner. If you write on the at-home days, simply, Chloe, for example, she just wrote attendance. She even spelled it correctly, which was impressive. Attendance. Then when you open your planner, the first thing you see at home is, need to do that. About 13 seconds, done, move on with your day. Super simple. Speaking of the planners, I've been seeing some beautiful examples of planner use. I'm not sure why it seems to be a girl thing more than a boy thing. That doesn't really make sense to me. Boys, my challenge to you this morning, or not this morning, I'm at home and you're at home, but yesterday morning, which is when I'm actually filming this, that's confusing. 3 girls came and showed me their planner and their examples, and it was quite impressive. The strategies, the techniques, what they're doing. I think they're highly motivated by a lunch trip at the end of the semester with their BFF. But that doesn't mean that it's decided yet. Anybody is still eligible. Boys, bring it. I want to see some good planner action going on there. Hey, one of the shares values, traits around here, the E in shares is empathy. So, want to take a minute and just say empathy. Empathy. The idea of seeing the world as somebody else sees it, thinking how somebody else might be thinking, making an attempt to, feel and understand what somebody else is experiencing. Those are essentially what it means to be working on empathy. Empathy, guys, is probably the single most important factor in becoming a sturdy human being. When I can think how another person might be thinking or feel how another person might be feeling, I'm opening myself up to better engage relationally with that person. And let's be honest, school is about relationship, dating is about relationship, jobs are about relationship, virtually everything as social creatures is about relationship. So empathy is that key skill that makes us able to be successful in all of those different things. One of the things that we're working on this year quite a bit is empathy about somebody who is very different than I am. So, for example, Mr. Rundle, old white guy, right? So I know the world as old white guys see it. That's what I experience, that's what I feel, it's what I know. I'm working this year on empathy in terms of Well, what might the experience here at Crest Hill feel like for a 13-year-old Latino female? Something, why would I know that? I don't know that. What about an African-American 8th grader? Obviously, I'm not an 8th grader anymore, and I've never been African-American, so I have to really think, what would the language that I'm hearing feel like, sound like? What would the experience at Crest Hill be like for me in that way? Empathy, just a really important thing. It will make us sturdier. It will make our culture sturdier. One of the things I'm also doing, guys, is I'm reading this book. Some of you may have seen this book. Some of you will be seeing this book in a language arts class coming to you in the near future. Stamped. Really important book about this whole concept of, well, what I love, one of the authors, Ibram X. Kendi, what he calls, or the phrase he came up with is, I want to teach the world to be anti-racist racists. Right? Pretty profound idea, pretty provocative idea. First off saying, yeah, you know what? I don't like it, but I probably have some racist tendencies in me because I see the world through my own eyes. It's my own experience. But to be an anti-racist racist is to say, hey, I acknowledge that, and I'm working on that. I'm trying to become a better human being. This book, I think, is the story of that. I'm looking forward to reading it. I'll let you know what I think about it when I get there. Let's see what else. Oh, 6 feet, guys. 1 Mr. Rundle, 2 Mr. Rundle, 3 Mr. Rundle, whatever. You need to have a Mr. Rundle length between you and the next person. I know that you guys are working on that. I'm 6 feet. That's why it's a Mr. Rundle distance. So help me with that. Oh, 2 real quick things. One is this Sunday, I believe at sundown, if I'm correct, is when our Jewish friends community begins to celebrate Yom Kippur, and then through into Saturday. So I want to wish a very meaningful and blessed Yom Kippur for our Jewish friends and community members. I've always admired tremendously the intentionality and the focus of Yom Kippur. It's a time of internal reflection, a time of taking stock of the ways that I have not been the person I want to be, right? The ways that I've failed. I fail all the time. So I appreciate that discipline of standing in truth and then also in awe of the beauty and grace of life all around us. Yom Kippur, really important discipline. Thank you for helping enrich my life with that understanding a little bit. Speaking of enriching our lives, and way less significant than Yom Kippur, it's time for some vampire poetry. Oh, this is an outstanding one. This one, again, I don't have the names on here, so whoever you are, thank you for being such a beautiful writer. This comes from Core 7, Mr. Kelly's class, Vampire Poem of the Week. Seeking her torn and shattered promise, a fragile wish of broken souls, her sinister and spirited night blooms, cursed roses falling for soulless lies. Her beautiful shadow hides in forbidden warmth, bearing a last cruel kiss. I can feel it right here when something's biting me right now. Love some vampire poetry. Last thing, guys, this is before we send you off to some more announcements. So many of you probably know that Mr. Rundle is a huge fan of candy corn. It is one of the 4 food groups. It is an essential part of my diet. People who know me know that about me. Miss Bach, our lovely assistant down in the library and helps with our tech issues, she brought me something quite disturbing that I would like to share with you now. That's right, she brought me a bag of candy corn that appears to be flavored as a Thanksgiving meal. I'm very concerned about this. I don't know if you can see this, but it says right here, turkey dinner, candy corn, green beans, roasted turkey, cranberry sauce, ginger glazed carrot, sweet potato pie, and stuffing flavored candy corn. Okay, this just seems wrong in so many ways that I'm actually supposed to like sit down to a meal of candy corn and have stuffing flavored candy corn? Okay, we need to do this. I am calling upon Cann right now. I want you to set up a time, a place, a table, 2 plates, silverware, a candle. Miss Block and I are going to sit down and sample a Thanksgiving meal, candy corn style, and we will film it and give you our impressions. All right, that's the least we can do around here. That's because we are Crest Hill. Let's get to some more announcements this morning, and lots going on.
On September 29th, picture makeup day for Cohort B during all lunches. On September 29th, cross country meet at 4 p.m. Girls at CMS and boys at Sierra. On September 30th, picture makeup day for Cohort A during all lunches. On October 1st, cross country meet at 4 p.m. Girls at Mountain Ridge Middle School and boys at CMS.
Hey Crest Hill, it's Mr. Risden. Just want to kind of give you a little update on to the Clash of the Cougars. So let's take a moment and let's see some of the action that took part last week during our relay race. All right, it's been a crazy time watching those guys chow down on some of that watermelon. That was a hoot. Current standings for this week, we have ourselves Horizon with 100 points from the relay race. They are in first place for this week. Second place goes to Legend with 70. Third place goes to Summit with 50. Navigators came in with 30. And then we also have Explorers at 20 and Trekkers at 10. So nice job this week. Can't wait to be able to get after it with you guys next week, so be ready because it's coming. Till next week, this is Mr. Risden. See ya.
Hey, last year's Trekker students, just a reminder, you only have one more week to turn in your tribute for Mr. Caloric. Please record it on your phone. Then email it to me, Mrs. DeLong, or put it in your Google Drive and share it with me by Friday, October 2nd.
In Miss Tomzak's classroom, she is demonstrating the lab the class will do at home. Let's check it out.
My name is Ann Linville and I'm in period 1. First, I need to wipe down everything. Then I need to get a wet soapy rag. Then I'm filling up the sink so I can wash dishes. Last thing before making the salad is washing hands. Now I need to cut up the lettuce for the salad. Then I'm taking the bacon out of the oven. I'm cutting up avocados for the salad. Now I'm cooking the chicken. And now I'm cutting the tomatoes. I'm putting the lid on the hard-boiled eggs. Then I need to cut the chives. Now I'm making the salad dressing. And then grating the cheese for the salad dressing and the salad. Here is the kitchen after I finish cooking and cleaning.
Hey Crosstail, it's Coach Jay for cross country. Just wanted to let you guys know that our top 5 runners last week at Mesa were 8th grade Leah Apotheker, Grace Canada, Rachel Cowden, Sage Butel, and Kate Apotheker. 7th grade top 5 finishers were Natalie Newton, Marin Mooney, Maddie Jenkins, Grace Weiss, and Bria Torres. So if you see those guys in the hallway, congratulate them. Air high fives would be perfect, and we look forward to seeing you guys at one of our, actually you probably shouldn't come because it's COVID, but I'll keep you posted on the next group of girls, top 5 finishers. See you guys at flag football.
What's up, Crystal? Good afternoon. This week, for our social survey, we did a sports edition. Now, our first question was, what is your favorite NFL team? And we got quite a variety of answers, but most of you guys either said the Denver Broncos, Seattle Seahawks, or the Green Bay Packers. Now, our next question is, what do you like most? The NFL, NBA, NHL, MLS, PLL, MLB, and more. And most of you guys said at 40% the NFL, and then at 18.5% the NBA. The rest were just scattered around. And then our next question was, if you could go pro in any sport, what would it be? And again, we got a variety of answers, but mostly just said soccer, football, baseball, basketball. Some people said skiing, and some people said golf. Our next sport question was, what is your favorite winter sport? And here it was a lot of skiing, snowboarding, hockey. There were a few kids who said basketball, but most were just ice skating, and some people said Olympic skiing. Our next question was more of a trivia question. It was, how high off the ground is a professional men's league basketball hoop? Now, most of you guys got this correct at 65.9%, and the correct answer was 10 feet off the ground. Next question we asked, do you think chess should be considered a sport? 60.7% of you guys said no, while 24 of you guys at 17.8% said yes, and then 21.5% said maybe. Our next question was, which NBA team has the most fans? The correct answer was the Los Angeles Lakers. They have the most fans of any NBA team. And then, what is Usain Bolt's 100-meter world record time? The correct answer was 9.58 seconds, which beat his previous world record, 9.69 seconds. And then we asked, which sport involves trucks and pipes? Some of you guys said car racing, some said rugby, and some said softball, but the correct answer was diving. The next question was, what are the 5 colors of the Olympic rings? The correct answer is black, blue, red, yellow, and green. Next up, we asked, in bowling, what is the term given for 3 consecutive strikes? And the correct answer was turkey, which most of you guys guessed at 51.9%. That's all for today. Stay tuned for our next social survey.
Hi Crystal, my name is Kayla and I'm here with Deputy Corbin and we're going to answer some of the few questions that you guys wrote today. Okay, you ready?
Sure.
Okay, so first question is, what is the weirdest call that you have ever gotten?
Well, some of the weirdest calls, there's been quite a few in my 15-year career. I would say dealing with animals, bears, mountain lions, things of that nature. Sometimes those can get not weird, but just interesting and kind of fun to go to, because who doesn't want to see a mountain lion or a bear or something like that?
Yeah. Okay, second question is, what do you do in your spare time?
In my spare time, spend a lot of time with my family. I got 2 boys and a wife, and we like to go camping as much as possible. Things around the house, just the average family stuff.
Yeah, I love camping too.
Nothing too crazy.
Yeah. Okay, third question is, why did you want to be a cop?
Why did I want to be a cop? Well, throughout my life, I've always been in some type of a uniform, whether it was in Cub Scouts, Boy Scouts, and then I was in the Army after high school. And once I got out of the Army, I missed the service and helping people, and kind of gravitated back towards wearing a uniform every day, and here I am.
All right, here's your Mr. Rundle lame joke for September the 25th. So, teachers, there was a teacher here at Crest Hill, and I overheard her saying to her class, I have some important news this morning. We are going to have a half day of school this morning. And the kids screamed, yay! And then she said, and we're going to have the second half this afternoon. Teachers have a way of messing with your lives. That's because we love you. That's because we're Crest Hill and we're awesome. This is Mr. Rundle saying have a great weekend, everybody. Love you guys. Peace out.